Hi!
Hi, welcome to Book Club. This is where we talk about our favorite books and just review general books that we like for each other. I'm Serena.
I'm Hannah.
I'm Rachel.
Why don't we start off with sharing our favorite genres? I'm very into like the thriller mystery genre. I think I've definitely progressed as a reader. I used to be very into the romance, and then I think I read about 5 versions of the same plot line and got a little bored. So now we're into thrillers, and anything that is unexpected, I'll read it.
Awesome. Rachel?
I think mine are probably fantasy and maybe historical fiction. Yeah, I feel like that. I mean, fantasy obviously not, but historical fiction can be like, I feel more
Exciting. It
Yes,
gives you a
yes.
sense of realism where you're used to the fake.
There we go.
That's a
Thank
good
you.
way to say it.
Yeah. I love my original classics, and I love high fantasy. So I grew up on Tolkien, I grew up on Percy Jackson, I grew up on Harry Potter. I also grew up on Moby Dick and the philosophy of Marcus Aurelius. So I feel like I have a really wide range on the books I read. So I don't know. I like pretty much anything as long as the book plot is good.
Mm-hmm. What are some of your favorite books?
Some of my favorite books. Oh, that's a really hard question. I don't know. Like I said, I grew up on the philosophies of Marcus Aurelius, so that was a very highly impactful book, and it's one of my favorites because you're literally reading the journals of a dead Roman emperor who's dealing with being at war with people in the north. And I also grew up on Percy Jackson.
Oh my god, that's crazy. I love Percy Jackson.
Who is your favorite character?
Probably Percy Jackson.
But of course, I'm a big Annabelle Cain fan, so...
Oh.
No.
I haven't read Percy Jackson.
Hannah, what about you? What are some of your favorites?
Yeah, I think my favorites probably fall into a wide range of categories. I think one of my most recent favorites is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
I've heard a lot about that one.
I
I've never
I
read
have
it.
Definitely recommend.
Okay.
It's about Evelyn Hugo, obviously, and we learn about this public figure who is a lot more than meets the eye. There's a lot going on under the surface that people don't realize, because everyone always talks about how she had 7 husbands, but we learn more about what that means and how not everything is quite as it looks on the surface. It's a little mysterious. Anyways, then I also really like A Man Called Ove, and they actually just made a movie about that.
That is such a good book.
So good, but they changed it to A Man Called Otto for the movie, which
Yeah, I don't know why.
I've never heard of either of them.
It's so good.
it's very good. It's about an old man named Ove, and he lives alone, and he's definitely in a rough place, I would say.
Yeah.
But then he meets his neighbor across the street who's young, just got married, has kids, and helps him kind of see the positives in life.
Groovy. Yeah.
And it's very sweet. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, what about you, Rachel?
I think obviously Percy Jackson, Harry Potter, those are just givens. I also love The Kite Runner and To Kill a Mockingbird. I know those are kind of considered classics and everyone has read them, but I stand by that. I think they're really good.
Yeah.
And then for childhood books, I loved Anne of Green Gables. I don't know if you've read it.
Yeah, Anne of Green Gables was
yes.
awesome.
It's just great
Yeah.
and so funny.
Yeah. If you were to give us a favorite moment from Anne of Green Gables, seeing as
Oh
it's a
my God.
classic, what would your favorite be?
Okay. I really like the one where she dyes her hair green, that one chapter.
Oh my god, yes.
That's hilarious. But also just all her interactions with Gilbert. It's really sweet. I don't know.
It's adorable.
It is.
Okay, so we've talked about our favorite books. We've talked about our favorite genres.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite theme?
Oh.
A big theme through Percy Jackson I can see is perseverance, but also found destiny, but in a way you don't expect. Because Percy Jackson, to my knowledge, at least how I read him, he doesn't want to be the chosen one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a compliment to Odysseus, because Odysseus, like Percy Jackson, doesn't want to be the hero. Mm-hmm. He very much so just wants to kind of live his life. Mm-hmm. But destiny is not very nice, and it will come for you like the IRS. So Percy Jackson is forced to be chosen through the hero, even though he doesn't want to be. Mm-hmm. So it's a story about freedom, and it's a story about doing what's right for the greater good.
Yeah.
So, do you guys have any favorites of that?
Do you want to go? This isn't something I've ever thought about before.
Oh no, this is not something I've considered. I don't know. I mean, like, coming of age, like, just a classic.
Oh yeah, of course.
Like, but I don't...
Well, Anne of Green Gables, coming of age,
yeah,
Percy Jackson and Harry Potter are most certainly coming of age,
yeah,
too.
I feel like all the best stories are written about, like, kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know if this is a theme, but I kind of find that the mystery books that I like are the ones where it's about a person who's maybe not the main character or the narrator, and that person is either, like, missing or something happened to them or whatever, but everyone thinks they have an idea of who this person is, and then throughout the book, like, the narrator uncovers a lot of stuff about them. I feel like those are always interesting.
Oh, so you're talking like an unreliable narrator.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
like We've Always Lived in This Castle, the narrator is is the main character, and she's constantly lying to herself through the narration.
What book are you guys currently reading? For choice, not for school.
Okay, well... I am currently rereading the Percy Jackson series because they are because of the show that's coming out. But yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Serena?
I'm currently reading through The Masquerade by Terry Pratchett. It's just Phantom of the Opera, but a little silly.
Oh.
I don't know. There's a lot of murder, and there's a lot of death.
Oh, nice.
What about you, Hannah?
I'm reading this book called Dark Corners, and the concept seems a little interesting, but I promise it's good. It's about a woman who does, like, a true crime podcast, and she gets called down by the FBI because this man is about to be released from prison, and they think that he's connected to these murders of sex workers in the past, but they only have circumstantial evidence, and then he's going to be released in 2 days, and then this woman comes to visit him who's a well-known travel influencer, and then the next day she goes missing. And they think that there's connection there, but the podcaster is trying to figure it out. It's pretty interesting.
I also just recently read A Gentleman in Moscow.
A Gentleman in Moscow.
Yes.
What's it about?
Yeah, what is that?
It's about a guy who is...
Who do you guys normally get book recommendations from? Like, do you have a reliable person you feel like that has similar tastes than you? Or are you...
I think my mom has similar tastes.
Similar. Yeah, me too.
No, never. I just go into the library and pick up a book.
Nice.
Yeah, I would do that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably the best way to find books.
Because it's just so much... It gives you a high that isn't experienced just getting recommended.
Yes.
A high,
it's
book
like a
high.
drug.
Like, opening up a book and smelling the pages.
Yeah.
The rustic. Like, what about you, Hannah?
Yeah, probably my mom as well. I feel like she gets a lot of books she's in a book club with some of her friends, and also just people at her work. They all are constantly sharing books and stuff, so I have been included in the circle, which is very exciting.
Ooh, that's awesome.
So that's actually where I got the book that I'm reading right now. So when do you guys normally find yourself reading your books of choice during the day?
During the day? Never.
What?
No, it's all at 2 a.m.
Oh.
No, you crack open a book at 9 p.m. and you finish it all at 4 a.m. Like that is an experience. Like,
I need to pace myself.
Yeah.
I mean, usually, like, before bed.
Yeah,
I try to not look at my phone before bed. Mm-hmm. But, you know.
I found that I've kind of gotten into the cycle, because I'll read before bed, but now that I'm reading kind of, like, more mysterious books, I tend to freak myself out a little bit. Sometimes, yeah.
Oh, wait.
So I'll need to, like, get up and walk around before I can go to bed.
No, that is so fair.
Well, thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thank you.
Come
you.
come
back
again.
soon.
See you in
Come
the next
again.
episode. Bye.